Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel Philosmos. My name is Fumani, and yet I have another interesting topic for you today, which is called There is no such thing as satisfaction. Okay, so when we're adolescents, as we're growing up, we are trying to satisfy ourselves biologically speaking. So getting the right food and getting the right liquids, so ensuring that you're always satisfied physiologically. Your hunger is satisfied basically. And that is the case with the animal kingdom as well. They need to satisfy their biological cravings, which is always rooted in satisfying hunger. Okay, so now our propensity changes as we evolve. With animals, they reach a certain level and they continue wanting to satisfy that hunger that they have, biologically speaking. We human beings are different in the sense that the more we evolve, the more our desires change. So we have the physiological desire to satisfy hunger and alleviate pain, any sensation of pain that is brought up in the body. So, for example, if your arm is paining, then you are not really content or satisfied at that moment, and your body will do everything that it can to alleviate that pain. So your body does everything that it can to ensure that you alleviate the pain that comes from hunger. So now we human beings, as I was saying, we have a different propensity, and now that is born within the mind. See, the mind has a hunger as well, and that hunger is desire, psychological desires. So desiring a new car, desiring a new house, desiring a new job, desiring a new experience. These are all psychologically born desires. They're not born with the biology. Your biology does not tell you that it wants a new car. Maybe it tells you, but it is born within the mind. The mind then tells you that you desire a car, and then your body will have the correlated feeling of desiring that car. But if you don't get that car, physiologically speaking, you will not be it won't be a detrimental situation. Your body will be able to survive without a car, without a new experience, without a new job, without a new house. Your body will survive. However, your mind will be deprived of that. So your mind itself will not die if your desires are not met, but it creates the illusion that without the desire, then the self will be tampered with. So the mind creates desires from the space, from the platform, that right now in this present time there is not enough of something. You don't have something. So when your mind comes from that premise, it will seek out any object or any experience to fulfill that. So the truth here that many of us do not actually discover at all within our experience of life is that no desire will ever satisfy you. You can get a new car. Once you get that car, 9 times out of 10, you'll be satisfied for a duration of time, for a specific amount of time, and then the experience of getting that new car begins to wane, begins to subside, and then you look for a new experience to then fulfill that happiness. Okay, cross follow me. So any experience, whether even getting a new job. Okay, let's just say you're unemployed, you don't have any job, you're sitting at home doing nothing, and that is creating depression within you. Okay, as soon as you get that new job, that depression will subside and you will feel content and satisfied. Okay, so within the next 3 months, within the next 6 months, even years on in, 2 years, after that, then your mind will then start to look for something else to cover, to mask the fact that it is unsatisfied and the fact that it feels as if it is lacking something at present time. So it is a natural condition of the mind, the human mind, might I say, of feeling as if there is not enough, that something is promised in the future that can fulfill this void that you have. So I am here to break this illusion and tell you that there is no such thing as satisfaction. You can get a new experience, you can get a new boyfriend or girlfriend, you can get a new religion. Nothing will bring you satisfaction. Satisfaction is an illusion. The mind is in continuous growth. Its concepts are continuously being rearranged. The biology itself, your cells are being destroyed and generating new cells. There is a constant flux of change. So if there's a constant flux of change, then one thing that you attain, a desire that you attain, will change in its appearance of bringing you satisfaction. See, so we have this contingent belief that as soon as I get this, I'll be satisfied, I'll be happy. And we're in this continuous motion within our lives, and we wonder why we are never happy, we're never satisfied, because we're going through this process of convincing ourselves that the next moment or the next experience or the next object will provide us with that feeling that we have been yearning for since we've been adolescents. So physiologically speaking, you can be hungry, eat all the food that you can, and your hunger for that moment will be satisfied. But just like the mind, the body then gets to its natural state again of desiring something to fulfill the space of void, the space of hunger, the space of wanting more. So the physiological body itself is directly linked. It mirrors the mind. As above, so below, the alchemic principle. Your mind desires and it's eternally desiring. Your body's desiring and it's eternally desiring. It's just your body's desires are more simplified than the mind. The mind's desires are much more complex. It is easy to fulfill the desires of the body. Just get food, just get water, and you are satisfied for 2 hours, 3 hours. But the mind, you can get any object, any experience, and sometimes you'll not even be satisfied when that thing actually happens, when that experience that you desired actually happens, or you get that new cell phone, or you get that new car. It may not even bring you that happiness. So let's just say it does. As moments pass, you will get back to that same predicament that you were in which you are not satisfied. So understand that in this physical dimension, in this physical experience that we're having, in this plane of existence, the fundamental basis of this plane of existence is desire. Let us call it desire. The mind desires, the body desires. But there's one thing that does not desire anything at all. And I've alluded to this and I've pointed it out directly in so many of my videos. But this is just a different angle to it now. Mind, body, spirit. Mind, body, consciousness. See, the fundamental part of where the mind and body spring forth, and I'm labeling consciousness. I'm not going to talk of spirit because that has a lot of religious underpinnings to it, which can deter you from actually seeing that spirit is something that you are continuously aware of. It is who you are. So consciousness is the bread and butter of all experience. Your body is within your consciousness. Your mind is within your consciousness. So this is a direct way to perceive and to observe the fact that your nature your true nature is always satisfied. When you observe your mind entertaining thoughts, going from one thought to another, and desiring something, having a craving for something, it is happening. But then take a step back and realize that there's something that is observing what is happening in the mind. Now, that thing that is observing what is happening in the mind, is that desiring something? For example, look at anything that you're desiring right now in your life. Okay? Be honest with yourself. Maybe you want new clothes, anything that you're desiring right now. Observe the fact that you're desiring it. Observe it. Observe how it makes you feel, the images that you get, and the promise that it is giving you of satisfaction. Now step back. Just step back and be the witnesser, be the perceiver, be the one that is watching this. And in that space, ask yourself this: is that one, is that perceiver, is that one that is witnessing at that space, in that position, within the grips of satisfaction, needing satisfaction, or desiring satisfaction? The answer, if you're actually investigating this correctly, is no. In the space of consciousness, you are not in desire at all. For instance, if you are hungry, your stomach is grumbling, and you feel every cell in your body trying to convey to you that you need to bring food, and you need to ingest food into your body, and you need to drink water, or you're thirsty, whatever the case may be, any biological desire that you have, look in the space of consciousness. And within the space of consciousness, within you being conscious of your consciousness, you are not in hunger, you are not in thirst, you are merely the observer of that phenomena. So I'm here to tell you that the promise that is given by the media, the promise that is given by religion, the promise that is given by any platform or any a thing that you continuously find yourself entertaining, that is promising satisfaction, promising happiness, promising contentment, is a lie. You will never ever experience satisfaction in this plane of existence. It is a lie. You will never. The only way that you can find satisfaction is if you step back into your true nature, into the spirit, into consciousness. And from that point, satisfaction is who you are, needing nothing. Consciousness needs nothing to be conscious. One might argue that consciousness needs objects to be conscious of itself. But even in being unconscious, there's a consciousness of that. Otherwise, we would not know of unconsciousness. So consciousness is literally the bread and butter of everything. It is the starting point of the universe. And in that space, you are fully content, you desire nothing. And being in that space, you can then go through life desiring things. Not to say desiring is an evil thing. Desiring is not an evil thing. It is a natural expression of life. In fact, life is desire. Desire is life. But if you are caught in the web of desire, if you are caught within desire and its promises that it will bring you fulfillment, satisfaction, and happiness, then you are placing yourself in the position of experiencing suffering. But if you get down to the basic truth of being desireless, fundamentally, and entertaining desires, but never holding on to them, thinking as if it is going to bring you satisfaction, then that is the purest space that you can be in, and that is a space that can breed continuous happiness. Okay, thank you guys for listening to this video. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And to end it off, as I always end it off, to those who seek no more, for in the present we find it all. Thank you very much, guys.